What's up, guys, and welcome to yet another episode of the We Three Gamers podcast. I'm Megashot Gamer here, along with.
Terminator T 1988.
And 1984 Terminator here.
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all been?
Pretty fucking good. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. What about you, John?
I'm doing good now that I got my headset plugged in. I don't sound like.
You don't sound like a masturbating monkey.
Exactly.
So, guys, we always ask this question every time before a podcast or during the podcast. This is probably the first thing we usually do. What are you guys playing?
As we speak right now, I'm playing 2K12 basketball.
Nice.
It's a fantastic game. You know, it pisses me off with all the bugs, but still a great game.
Nice. What about you, John?
I'm in the process right now of downloading the Mass Effect 3 demo, and I'm going to be currently starting up Starhawk in a few minutes.
Nice. Well, I'm pretty much going to be saying the exact same thing I said probably last episode, except, I'm playing Twisted Metal. I'm playing Call of Juarez Bound in Blood yet again, beating it, trying to get all the trophies. I've also been playing Mafia 2, trying to get all the achievements there. But man, I have to tell you, Twisted Metal is a fantastic game. I don't know if you guys picked it up yet or not, but it's definitely a buy.
Yeah.
Man, I'm pissed broke right now. If I did have the money, I'd definitely be picking it up.
So, what were you guys planning on picking up next?
Actually, I was planning on picking up probably Twisted. I don't know, maybe Twisted Metal because I never played a Twisted Metal game before, and or maybe Mass Effect 3. I don't know yet.
What about you, Scott?
I'm thinking about picking up Xbox 360.
Nice. Which one you get?
I'm gonna try to get the holiday bundle with Fable 3 and Halo Reach. If that's not there, I'm gonna try to get the Gears of War Free edition. It comes with 2 controllers and Gears of War Free.
Nice, dude. If you get that holiday edition, definitely, man. We'd be playing some Fable 3 and Halo, man. I'll definitely play with you.
Hell yeah, I'll be definitely playing with all you guys.
Me, I'll probably be.
Size John.
Go ahead.
Size John.
I'm probably gonna be picking up Soul Calibur 5, possibly. I still haven't picked up Revelations, so I'm probably gonna be picking that up next too. And I'm waiting on Max Payne 3. And I'm also gonna be picking up the Jack and Daxter HD collection. I have a lot of games to be picking up.
I think you will definitely like Assassin's Creed Revelations. It adds some new features. It adds some new combat moves, and actually you get to play as Altair, and I do like the fact that you get to play as Altair in that game. Not for very long, but you get to play as Altair, which I really did like.
My personally feeling, I feel like they didn't really tell a lot of Altair's story. I think they should have elaborated a little bit more on him, in my opinion, instead of jumping straight to Ezio.
Yeah,
Ezio's the fucking man.
He is the man, bro. But I wanted to see. I
would
wanted to
smoke
see a
weed,
lot.
That guy.
I wanted to see a lot more of Altair. If you guys know what I mean.
Yeah, same here. I thought his story was short as well, but his story went on the PSP, not on the PS3.
Anyway.
Or on Xbox.
Yeah.
So, what have you guys heard of Assassin's Creed 3?
It's going to be released in October, and from what I'm understanding, it's going to finish up Desmond's story now. So it's going to probably be either another ancestor, and it's going to be the back and forth gameplay as it's always been, or it's going to take place in modern day, and you actually get to play as Desmond for the full game.
That would be pretty interesting, actually.
Same here. It'd be quite interesting.
Now, combat-wise, how do you think it's going to be? Is it going to be blades, or do you think there's going to be weapons? Like guns?
Really all depends, to be honest.
Well, in Assassin's Creed 2, when he was
This is true. Yeah, I know what you're about to say. He got the hidden blade, right?
Yeah, he had the hidden blade, and that's what he was using. And he was also using hand to hand. But then again, that's all he was had for his mind or something like that. That's all he knew how to do at the time. So who knows what kind of training he had and with what weapons? Because he didn't even know he was an assassin. So who knows what his father taught him how to do.
I think the game, if it's gonna be in modern day, I think it's gonna be more like stealthy, like Splinter Cell or Metal Gear Solid. I think it's gonna be have more stealth force if it's gonna have modern day weapons like the G36C and M4 and all that crap.
Yeah,
because a sword and shit like that won't help.
yeah.
I'm
and
sure.
it's
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
and it's Ubisoft, so they're gonna be putting a stealth. They're going to be putting a stealth element in there somewhere. So I agree with Sky. It's going to probably be more stealthy than Guns A-Blazing.
Well, I really hope they put a stealth element because I'm tired of just walking. If that makes sense, I want like
Yeah.
where you crouch and you start sneaking up on someone. If you catch my drift.
I just hope it doesn't come into a third-person shooter. I really don't want to see that.
No, neither do I.
No, no.
But I still like it anyways because I'm a big fan of the series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Same here, man.
But I will still play it if it does go down that route. But I'd be a little disappointed in Ubisoft.
I'd play it just for the story, to be honest with you.
Same
Yeah.
here. Can't leave it unfinished.
Yeah.
No.
Which
Yeah.
I still think, even if it went to modern day, there still would be plenty more to tell if you think about it.
I want to hear some more ancestors.
Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting. Something like World War One or like the Civil War. Well, the Civil War, I don't really
Yeah.
see how that could apply, but like American Revolution or something.
It's funny you bring that up because that's one of the rumors going around that Desmond may actually have an ancestor that lived during the American Revolution.
That'd be nice. You can use a like a hidden
Bayonet.
pistol or something.
I hope they
Yeah.
stay with blades.
Yeah, if they had blades back then, I was gonna say hopefully he has a musket pistol or something. Like,
Well, definitely because a lot of people, they did carry. Well, actually, would this be taken in Europe, or do they think it'd be over in America? Thought wise.
I think. Well, since you haven't played the Revelations, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I think it would take place here in the United States during the American Revolution. I think.
Nice, nice. So there would be a lot of muskets.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
he definitely needed something a little bit more than a hidden blade.
yeah, and a sword.
Yeah. So I could definitely
Actually,
go ahead.
he could be using like smoke bombs and whatnot still.
Yeah, that's true. This is true. And I've only played Brother all the way up to Brotherhood. I haven't played Revelations, but when he's got that thing on his wrist, it is like a gun or something.
Yeah, hidden gun.
That could also be implemented, into the American Revolution
Yeah,
setting.
exactly.
That's basically what it is, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Or you can use this crossbow more often.
Yes. That'd be nice.
Oh, that's my biggest complaint about the first Assassin's Creed. In like the intro movie, you see him using a crossbow, but the crossbow wasn't ever in the game.
But hey, make a shot. Definitely yeah, make a shot. Definitely get Revelations on the PS3 because you get the first one on the PS3, the first game on the PS3 as well.
Nice, nice, nice. I'm definitely gonna pick it up.
Definitely a good game to have. It was a little short compared to the other ones, but it's still a great game if you do all the side missions and stuff.
Yeah.
And doing the Desmond sequences are a pain in the ass, but I kind of felt like playing Portal in a way, but I see why I prefer it, but I didn't really particularly care for it myself.
Well, that's actually what I heard from one of my friends who's a big Assassin's Creed freak. He rushed through the game, if that makes sense. Like he played it
Yeah.
nonstop. He didn't give it a
Yeah.
rest, and that's when it comes to me that you want to take your time with games that you really love. You know what I mean?
Yeah, John.
Yeah. Yeah. I did the same thing. I rushed through Revelations, and I hardly did any of the Desmond sequences. I'm gonna have to go back and do some of those.
But see, that's the thing with games that whenever I pick up like Twisted Metal, I'm taking my sweet ass time with it. Like I'm just going back and getting gold on everything, trying to find secrets. If I'm pretty sure they put them in Twisted Metal because what's Twisted Metal without secrets?
Exactly. It's good that you bring up Twisted Metal. What's your guys' thoughts on on a Twisted Metal movie?
Ooh, yes, definitely. In my perspective, I think like the Twisted Metal game was kind of like a trailer, but a really long trailer, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like just previewing like some of the effect, like the way the movie style is gonna play out, and giving you feedback on some of the characters. I mean, of course, they all had endings, to their little storylines, but I mean, I'm thinking that it has something to do with the movie, in my perspective. What about you, Scott?
Yeah.
Um, I think I've seen the game be like almost like a death race. If you guys ever seen that with
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Jason
Yeah.
Statham and Death Race 2, I have a feeling it's gonna be similar like that, but not like not the same exact storyline.
Not just a little blatant copy and paste.
Yeah, but definitely if we got good actors doing it, because we had the actors who made some good movies. Like who's the actors' names? And the directors and the
It's the director that's directing Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance, and
that
I mean
movie
the
looks fucking-
the co-director of that, and the two producers of Crank 2.
See, those are perfect setup because that movie's Crank series is awesome, and so far what I've seen of Ghost Rider looks fucking fantastic.
Well, I think they need to
So-
stick with the same actors that did the game cinematics, and because those actors are wow, oh my god, they're amazing. Like it's really amazing. It feels like a 300. You know how the film effects were in that movie, but it's
Yeah.
Twisted Metal. It's the raunchiness of Twisted Metal, and I love it. Well, what do you think, John?
Well, it's I mean any like actor can play Sweet Tooth. All you gotta do is just put a clown mask over him and light his hair on fire.
Well, he
but-
has to have the body type.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of Sweet Tooth and Dollface are already confirmed to be in the movie, so that's an added plus for that. As far as Twisted Metal goes, I'm actually surprised. That's actually the first Sony exclusive franchise that's being made into a movie. That one like completely, you know, that one was completely out of left field because I was expecting like Uncharted or Infamous, something like that first before Twisted Metal, but we're getting Twisted Metal, so I'm not complaining. And as Scott said, it's gonna be very similar, not a blatant copy and paste, but it's gonna be very similar to Death Race.
Well, let me get correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I remember reading somewhere. I don't remember the exact website, but it was saying that Twisted Metal is the longest running exclusive franchise on, the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And that
Actually, I think.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, man.
No, you go first. No, you go first, man.
I wanted to hear what you
I
have to
interrupted
say.
you, you go.
I wanted to hear what you have to say.
I think the longest run PS game ever is Gran Turismo, because that's been up and running for so long too.
I'm
That's
thinking
fun.
somewhere down the line that they actually went to. Well, you also have to count PSP, and there were also four Twisted Metal games on the PlayStation 1. Not to mention PlayStation Black. Why did I say PlayStation Black? Twisted Metal Black, Twisted Metal Head On, Twisted Metal Small Brawl. That's
All right.
That's 7 titles right there, and not to mention this one that just released. That's 8 titles.
I was
Yeah,
saying,
true.
I was saying, Gran Turismo 1 and 2 are both on PlayStation 1. They made 2 for the PlayStation 2. I think they made 2 1 for the PSP and 2 for the PS3. I get Prologue and Gran Turismo 5.
That's true, but
Forgot to-
what was the whole purpose of Prologue? Just a quick answer here.
This is pretty much a demo for getting you ready for the. It's like Tekken Hybrid. When you get that game, it comes with Tekken Tag, the new one. It's pretty much.
Well, then what was all? Then I wouldn't really consider that a game if it was unfinished.
What I was saying is that Gran Turismo has been around for a while as well.
Because all those other Twisted Metals were finished games.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you think about the controls on it, Mega Shot? Because a lot of people are saying the controls on Twisted Metal is hard, which I played on demo. I had a hard time learning how to do it. But what are your opinions on it?
Since I'm a big, long-time fan of Twisted Metal, the controls feel pretty right for me. I did kind of get a little confused with the L2 and R2. R2 being fire your missile and stuff. Because if I remember correctly, this is just my mind. Like back in the day, I may be wrong completely, but I remember me using L2 to fire my special weapons and all that, and R2 to fire my machine guns. So that really kind of screwed me over because I may have been trying to use a special attack, and I was sitting there firing my machine guns the whole time.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Scott, you brought up Tekken before. what do you guys think of it? What do you guys think about having it go up against Street Fighter
Tekken
in
will
the
win.
Street Fighter versus Tekken game?
I'm a longtime
Uh,
fan of Tekken, so I'm gonna go for Tekken. What about you, Scott?
I think it's gonna be really good. I like the Street Fighter's graphics with the Tekken characters. I thought that looks pretty neat. I think it's gonna be a good game, but I'm not really a big fighting buff at all. But I'll definitely probably eventually get it sometime. But definitely looks great to play though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree, especially when it goes to especially when the Street Fighter characters go to the 3D fighting plane of the Tekken universe, because it's going to be interesting to see how, because I know that Tekken's known, I believe it's known for like a lot of counters and juggles and whatnot. It's going to be interesting to see like Ryu's Hadouken being sidestepped instead of just hit. But in the Street Fighter universe, you can actually probably like sidestep it in the Tekken universe. So that's going to be interesting to see.
Like for Tekken, I can't wait to play as Paul Phoenix. He's a beast. I can't wait to use Law and Law and the Street Fighter. I can't wait to use Jin's dad.
Kazuya.
Yeah, because he's a fucking beast. He looks so badass in that game. It's not even funny.
My favorite has to be Paul Phoenix and Hua Rong. I'm not sure if I pronounced his name right or not, but that's who it is. He's the guy that just hops on his feet. Not like Eddie Gordo. That's the guy with the orange hair.
Yeah, Horon. Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, I love his
Kicking
kicks. Yeah,
Kicking phenom.
yeah.
Mike would definitely agree with us. I like the guy, the drunken guy who plays almost like a Jackie Chan. He does a drunken fist.
Martial law?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about Lei Wulong?
Yeah, I think so. But I hope he's in there too because he's a pretty fun character to use.
By the way, this just came to mind. Going back to Twisted Metal, what did you guys think of the reviews? I'll let you guys get y'all's input in because have y'all guys played the game?
I only played a demo.
What about you,
No,
John?
I haven't played the game yet.
Okay, I'll just
Uh,
me being a long time Twisted Metal fan, I'll go last. So, Scott, why don't you go first?
I think the scores are right because the game fucking sucks. I'm just kidding. Everybody. Don't need to put the phones down. I was only fucking kidding. When I played the demo, I was getting furious with it because of the learning curves. When I first played, I just want to pick up and play, but I assumed the gas button be R2 and verse break be L2. I was just assuming all that, but it wasn't. And when I played of it, the graphics look fantastic. I cannot wait to play it. But next month I'm gonna be dead broke buying the 360 and Mass Effect, and I don't know what else the game's gonna be after that. But I definitely agreed some of the scores being 9s and 8s. I think that's a fair score, or 8 or 8.5. I think that's a fair score for Twisted Metal. But I love the Twisted Metal on PSP. I love the first Twisted Metals on the PlayStation 1, but I never played Twisted Metal Black at all.
What about you, John?
Well, actually, to tell you the truth, guys, I'm very, very, very shocked by some of the very low scores that's getting from some of these big, these big name reviewers like GameSpot and
G4.
G4, and even the PlayStation Magazine gave it a low score too. Like I don't think it even gave it above a 5 hardly. And I'm really surprised by some of the low scores it's getting. A lot of the complaints seem to be centered around the single player and the controls. But wait for such a hyped game. I'm not saying it's good, bad or anything. I'm just saying I'm very surprised by a lot of the average scores that's been getting, because you would have expected it to get like 9, like 8s and 8.5s. But the thing that really shocked me was that even the PlayStation Magazine, because it's all about PlayStation stuff, right? That one really threw me off guard. When I read the score for that, it was like a 5. That one really threw me off guard. Apparently, they weren't very happy with the game at all. So I don't know. But a lot of the smaller publications really praised the game, and IGN gave it a 9. So there's that. But like I said, I'm just very shocked by some of the very low reviews or average reviews that the game has been getting by some of the big name publications. So that's my thoughts on that.
Well, reading GameSpot's review, they gave it an 8. And
Oh,
I have seen
well,
some of the lower scores. I have. Um, but my biggest thing is okay, alright, I will agree that some of these reviews probably go with, like, all the previous Twisted Metal games had their own individual cars and they had individual drivers with their own individual stories. And this one only
yeah,
had 3, but you can choose different cars. And I'm talking single player here. You can choose different vehicles, and but I think people got furious because all the previous Twisted Metal games, it was all like story. Each character had their own independent story, and it was only just 3. You know, it was Sweet Tooth, Mr.
yeah,
Grimm, and Dollface. Now that doesn't bother me because I love Sweet Tooth, I love Mr. Grimm, and I love Dollface. Greatest combination. That's just me. Now and then I was reading G4's review. They were saying stuff about the physics and the graphics being terrible and the physics being terrible. They don't understand what Twisted Metal is. Like, if you've played any of the past games, physics was not a big thing. Physics in Twisted Metal is supposed to be wacky, and
exactly,
and the graphics aren't supposed to be just a flat out amazing. Graphics don't make a fucking better game. So excuse my
exactly.
language. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, but that review that G4 did really pissed me off. Like, like it's like they've never played a previous Twisted Metal before. Like, physics aren't everything in the Twisted Metal universe. Like, it's supposed to be completely wacko. And another
Which
thing
they did a
too,
good job.
yeah, they did a really good job. And another thing too, Twisted Metal seems to be a lot more focused around multiplayer than single player, and that's pretty amazing. I mean, David Jaffe, he brought multiplayer to the Twisted Metal universe, and that's what he presented to Sony, and that's what got released. A fantastic multiplayer experience in the Twisted Metal universe. There was a
Yeah,
Twisted
so
Metal
people
Black
should.
online, but I don't really. I've never played that, so I can't really comment on it. But and I haven't really read much about it. So, but I don't remember if it actually worked out or not. But it's a good thing. I mean, like, Twisted Metal hasn't really had that many multiplayers except for like split screen, you know. But online competitive 16-player multiplayer, that's amazing. I mean, that's fun, and the environments are fun, and the game is really wacko, just like its predecessors, except for like 3 and 4. Those were made by like different developers, um, but the game lived up to its predecessors, and I'm extremely happy with it. Despite what all the other
That's all that
top,
matters.
despite what all the other top reviewers say, this is why I don't trust game reviews, by GameSpot and
That's,
G4.
that's why you're gonna. That's why you're gonna make your own judgment call.
Exactly.
That's how more people. That's how more people should be gaming these days. Don't listen to reviews.
Exactly. Go on your
And I
own
mean,
judgment.
and I mean, I even read a review that what dropped it for them was that it maintained some of the old school feel from the '90s. Really, really. I mean, it's supposed to retain some of the old school feel. That's what David Jaffe wanted. Really, they're gonna drop the score for that?
God, dude,
Oh,
people
no.
these fucking days, man. I'm not gonna diss Call of Duty because I'm not gonna say Call of Duty is compared to everything, but it's widely compared. It's widely compared, and David Jaffe just. I mean, Twisted Metal to me is all about having fun, wacky, car combat, fun car
And
combat, blowing shit up,
blowing
and
shit up.
and rock and roll. I mean,
And raising hell, and
Raising Hell, the soundtrack in this new Twisted Metal is, it's amazing. I mean,
if you didn't like it, you can have your own custom
yeah,
soundtrack as
exactly.
well.
exactly. And another thing too.
But
Go ahead. Sorry.
but it's just that really irks me, that the fact that they dropped the score, because it maintained the like that feel from the like that nostalgic feel from the '90s. It just, why would somebody drop the score for that?
Which I will comment on the graphics. The graphics to me are amazing. They are pretty good, and I love just everything about that game. It's just wow. I mean, what they did with the cinematics, that seems like that definitely took a long time and a lot of effort to, and a lot of money. And I mean, they really put forth a lot into this game. And I know it was going to release in October, but they pushed it back to February. But that was because
I think
it was a great idea. David Jaffe didn't want to release a buggy game and an unfinished one, so they tweaked it. They fixed all the bugs they found. And they released a clean, great game, and I'm extremely happy with it. I mean, what do you guys think?
Well, I'm looking forward to delving into Twisted Metal and seeing David Jaffe's and seeing the work David Jaffe put into the game. And I haven't played any of the ones in the past, and you know what? If it maintains the old school feel of the '90s, great. I mean, that's fine with me. I mean, I haven't never played Twisted Metal before, so I got something to look forward to. So.
Well, there is a lot of new things, like secondary specials, like the Reaper, the bike. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, John. I'm just telling you about like a vehicle, because I know you haven't played it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can do wheelies, and like this special weapon's like a machete or a sweet tooth. No, a chainsaw. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm completely sorry there. And like you do the wheelie, and he drags that chainsaw on the ground, gets it really hot, and then you throw it, and it's just, oh my god, like there's so many things in that game I don't even know about yet. And Sweet Tooth's ice cream, you can transform into like a mech, and you can fly. You can it's amazing. Like, man, the animations are really smooth. The driving's really fun to play. There's actually races in the game, and the races are fast paced and fun as hell. And it's just a great game. It really gets your blood pumping too.
Nice. Now, there's been talk that now I want you guys' thoughts on this. There's been talk that Diablo 3 is coming over to the consoles. What's your guys' take on that? And then I'll give you my take.
Go ahead, Scott.
I think it'd be a good idea for putting on the consoles, to be honest, because now everybody has a really good game in PC as well. And I know it'll probably sell quite a bit on the Xbox and a little bit on the PS3, but I know it'll sell a lot on the PC as well. I think it'd be a really good move because they get a lot of profit on it.
Nice.
I've seen it happening, but I think this console is gonna be a little lower score because it's not gonna feel like a Diablo, but on the PC it's gonna get higher scores, and it's gonna be like Battlefield 3. Like, it was shit on the console, but it was absolutely amazing on PC. That's why I think what Diablo 3 is gonna be like on the consoles.
Nice.
What do you think about Make a Shot?
I personally think that, okay, first of all, let me just state this. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, but was the original Diablo released on the PlayStation 1?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
How did that go? Because I didn't play it. I played the original Diablo on PC.
I think it did better on PC.
Okay. In my perspective, I think the game's going to do a lot better on PC, like Scott said. Because in the old Diablo universe, the controls for it, the mouse, the clicking, the hotkeying and all that, it goes great on PC, but on consoles where it's just like a controller, this is why I feel like certain games like Arcania Gothic didn't really work out for me on the like the 360. I felt like it was more or less a PC game in my perspective. And like Dragon Age, I heard it was I haven't played it on consoles, but I own it on PC, and it feels like it belongs on PC. Scott, have either of y'all played Dragon Age?
Yeah, I heard it was
Yeah.
a lot more better on the PC, the Dragon Age 1, but Dragon Age 2 was awesome on the consoles, though.
Like,
Yeah,
how was the combat
yeah, I've
system? How'd
heard
that
that-
work out?
Do what?
How did the combat system work out?
It felt kind of weird on the console, to be honest.
What about you, John?
Yeah. I think that because I hear that the graphics have been dumbed down on the console version, and they were very, very clean and all that on the PC. So I'm guessing that Dragon Age also belongs on the PC as well. And
But the second one looks phenomenal, though.
yeah, the second one does look pretty good on consoles and on PC. And as far as Diablo 3 being on consoles, I'm going to agree with you guys. I think it's going to sell a lot more on the PC than it will on the, than it will on the console. I know there probably will be some people that buy it, on the PC and on the console. But I think it's going to sell like I'm gonna throw out some numbers here. I think the sales for PC to console are gonna be like 3-to-1 for PC to console for Diablo 3.
That's what I'm thinking too. But in my perspective, I think they should just go for it, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you never know. It could be a
Um,
big hit, or it could be small time. You never know. You just got to go
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, and okay, so what do you guys think about Kingdoms of Amalur potentially getting a sequel to it?
I really don't know because I never really beat it yet.
Me either. I haven't really gotten that
Okay.
far into the game, but as far as I've gone, there is a huge open world for you to explore, but it feels like it's kind of limited to a road, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's open world, but it's linear, so it's semi-open then, right?
Well, yeah, there are side quests. Don't get me wrong, there are side
Yeah.
quests, but it feels like
Yeah.
when you're traveling, it's not like a Skyrim where you can just literally just go straight across the map instead of taking a road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On this one, it feels like you
I hear
absolutely
you.
have to take a road. And
All right.
but in the sequel, I would love to see like a more open universe, not like a WoW, but okay, I'm gonna say like a WoW, where you could just go anywhere you want to.
Wow.
Yeah.
How I knew you guys say wow.
Fine, World
Um,
of Warcraft, better.
Wow. Wasn't that so
Wow.
much easier?
Yeah.
Easier? Nah, I can't speak tonight, dude.
Now, okay, now this should be like combined into one discussion. Guild Wars 2, which is an MMO, is coming to the consoles, and so what
Get
do you
fucking
think?
stuffed. Sorry.
So, what do you think about Guild Wars 2 coming to the consoles plus MMOs in general?
I have a question
like
for
coming
you,
to consoles.
John. Is this confirmed?
Sp-
A fucking jizz bucket, Jesus.
I think so. It might just be speculation, but there's talk of it coming of Guild Wars 2 coming to the consoles, and that's an MMO. So if Guild Wars 2 does come to the consoles, how do you think it will do? And how do you think do you think MMOs should like go to consoles, or do you think they should stay strictly to PC?
Okay, in my perspective, I think Guild Wars 2 would be a good thing to have on consoles because it'll be like the closest thing to WoW, console players can get. Because World of Warcraft is a really good MMO, and so is the Old Republic, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing a huge MMO on the consoles.
Jesus.
Like DC Universe, how did that go out on the consoles? Did it die instantly, or is it still being played today?
It's still being played today.
Yeah, it's still being played today.
The killer part about it is just the fucking installment. It was ridiculously long.
Yeah, the installment was crazy, and plus also they're still. I mean, it's gone free to play, so I mean the amount of people on there now is just like through the roof, and but like some of the things was like freezing and all that. But if you can get past that, then it's a very good. It was a good MMO. I'm not gonna say it was a spectacular MMO, but it was okay.
What about you,
Your
Scott?
butthole will be happy. I don't know. It was a good game. It's just the installment just fucking is just ridiculous. And it was okay. It's not ain't no wow, but was a Warcraft.
What do you think about the
Yeah, and you
Guild
can-
Wars 2 coming to consoles?
I actually don't know anything about that game. I don't know what that game is,
It's
to be honest.
I have the first one. I have all the expansion packs too. From what I've played of it, people might flame me for this, but I feel like it's an anime version of World of Warcraft. Flame me if you want to. It is a little bit different than World of Warcraft, but that's what it feels like to me, is an anime version of World of Warcraft.
Oh, I think I like it then.
Well, it is free to
well, if it's-
play.
Oh, I'm down on it.
Well, if it comes to the consoles, I think that'd be a good thing, and plus it's on PC as well. But then again, back to DC Universe, it's sold. I believe it's sold. I can't remember what it sold more on, but I remember a lot of people bought it for PS3 and were having problems with it. But then when they put it on PC, it was working like a little bit better. So, and that raises the question: should MMOs be strictly on PC, or should they go to consoles and let that company that developed the MMO take the risk of putting it on console?
I
It's just,
personally. Oh, go ahead, Scott. Were you about to say something?
I think you just take the risk, and whatever happens, happens. It could hit big or it could hit small, or it's like buying a pack of baseball cards, and you never know. You could hit big or hit small.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I personally believe that they should give it a shot, because you never know what could happen. I mean, like, think about it. Like Mag. I haven't played Mag, so I can't really comment on it. But what actually happened to Mag? I believe we've discussed this in a past episode, but just to refresh our memories, what happened to Mag? Did it die off?
Oh, people still play it.
They still do.
Yeah, and it was a huge MMO. It was like 256. It's like 256 players, and Zipper Interactive developed that exclusively for PlayStation. And there is another MMO coming out that's going to be able to. And you mentioned this in an early episode as well. It was Dust 514. It's going to be able to mingle with another MMO as well. So
EVE
that's going
Online.
to benefit both. Yeah, both PC and PS3 players. So
What?
I think with
Go
that,
ahead,
I
sorry.
think with that one, I think it might do like a cross-form chat. You know, like people that are playing Dust 514 can talk to people that are playing EVE Online on PC, or vice versa.
Yeah, which it's not. I don't know if I can't confirm this, but I'm thinking that Dust 514 will have something to do with Eve, and I'm pretty sure it's made by the same developers, CCP, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Do you think they will have
Cross-platform.
like yeah, chat?
Probably. I mean, it is CCP and it is interactive with EVE Online. And if I was told correctly that you would be able to like on EVE Online, you would be able to purchase mercenaries and send them to fight over territory, and that would be like how it would be on Dust 514. Like you'd be like put into a battle like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I think it would except it would change view to first person. Is EVE Online an FPS, an MMO FPS, or is it
No, it's a
top down?
it's a okay. It's you're in. It's like it's like ships, like spaceships, space
Okay.
combat, space combat,
Space, yeah.
and
Yeah,
it's
Scott
it's
and I were
really,
looking at them.
Go ahead.
Scott and I were looking at Dust 514, and it looked like the same, a sci-fi, except it was an MMO FPS.
Which EVE Online is very complex. I will tell you that. It's got a steep learning curve, but if you can get past that curve, the game is so much fun.
Yeah.
It's always gonna be curves.
Scott, what do you think? Do you think that? What do you think? Do you think Dust 514 will do well as an MMO on a console?
I'm looking forward to buying it. To be honest, I think it's gonna be something good. In my opinion.
What do you think? Well, do you think it'd be a good idea for them to do the cross-platform chat? Do you think that'd be a good idea?
I don't think PS3 can handle it anyways. 'Cause what I said before in their previous thing is we don't have enough RAM to handle it. I guess we got to see wait and see what happens. I guess.
Yeah. Now another MMO is Star Wars, the new one that just came out.
The Old
I see
Republic?
that on the PS3.
Yeah, the Old Republic. Is that one like the ones back on the original Xbox?
Knights of the Old Republic?
Yeah.
I will admit, and I'm probably gonna get flamed for this too. I have not played Knights of the Old Republic. I mean, yeah, Knights of the Old Republic.
Jesus Christ.
I have not, but the game does feel like a. I don't want to compare it to World of Warcraft. I don't, because the combat is like so much more funner in my perspective. Because instead of just right clicking and sitting there while your character attacks, waits 2 seconds, you actually are constantly clicking to attack. So it's
Wow.
not like you're sitting there to wait and wait and wait.
And you get to create your own character as well.
Yes.
Or-
Yes. Of course, you don't get to like change his clothing because it's the starter clothing. But as you go through the game, you pick up other clothing and whatnot, armor. But you can
Yeah,
customize
and-
the face, the hair, all that.
Yeah. What about because I know there was another Star Wars game. I believe it was Force Unleashed 2 that had different saber crystals and they all did something different. Does that apply for that Star Wars game now?
I don't believe
Like
so.
if you find if you find a blue one, it does more damage than say a green one or something like that.
I don't believe so. I think it goes by lightsabers, to be honest with you. If anybody can confirm this, put just list it in the comments below. But I believe it's just pick up a lightsaber, and this one has a different special ability than this one.
Okay.
But I'm definitely
Yeah,
thinking about subscribing again and definitely picking that back up and going crazy with it.
Some bitch.
Go buy it, Scott.
Bro, dude, you want me to get an Xbox? What else you want me to get?
A life.
Um.
I'm just kidding,
What?
man.
How many expansions are there for? How many expansions are there for the World of World of Warcraft?
Well, let's see. The Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm. So 3 so far.
What do you think is the best expansion for it? You think?
To be real honest with you, man, I would have to say Wrath of the Lich King. Because the Death Knight,
Okay.
man. The Death Knight.
This is something I wanted to bring up last episode, but I forgot to, so I'm going to bring it up now. What's your guys' thoughts on? And I know we're going to probably get a lot of comments about this one. Insomniac being completely done with Resistance,
Ooh. I think it's...
saying that they are done completely.
Who are they passing it to?
Nihilist. Well, I watched the. My guess is that if Resistance Burning Skies does well on Vita, then most likely they're going to pass it on to Nihilistic Entertainment.
Never heard of them.
They're the ones that did Heroes on the Move.
And that game flopped.
Yeah, so that's why I'm a little skeptical. So, what's your guys' thoughts on Insomniac being completely done with Resistance?
You go ahead, go first, Scott.
Well, I thought Resistance fucking absolutely sucked my ass. Just kidding again. I was just trolling. True statement, true facts. I thought the first one was better than the second one, because the second one I thought was terrible, but the third one was fantastic. I don't know why they want to stop making it, because the third one left off such a big cliffhanger, because he just got off the ship. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, spoiler alert. And he's gonna hug his wife and his kid, and that's how it ended. Like, come on, really? Like, game, sure, it didn't sell that well because there was a lot of other good games coming out that month as well, like Rage. Rage supposedly didn't do that well, but I think if they were released at a different time, like a really stale month, I think it would have sold quite a bit, and I think people will like it a little bit too.
Yeah, it's a shame that they're done. What about you, Megashawn? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, going back to the past, I picked my PS3 up like a week after launch, and one of the first games I picked up was Resistance Fall of Man. And so, I really enjoyed that game. Insomniac did a great job. Resistance 2 Wasn't really feeling it. I was feeling the first one a lot more. The third one I still have not played, sadly. Definitely still need to
You
pick that one.
motherfucker.
Definitely still need to pick that one up. But it just makes me sad that Insomniac is leaving such a great series behind. Possibly to go off and do greater things, but who knows what's going to
Oh,
happen.
Overstrike looks promising though.
Yes. Yep.
That looks fucking amazing. The thing is
Yeah, and that's
more
being
mercenaries, and that looks and they are Zombiac is doing that game, but the EA is gonna publish it, right?
Yeah. Well, if Insomniac has confidence in Nihilistic Entertainment, more power to them, because Sucker Punch has got faith in Sanzaru Games with Sly Cooper. So, I mean, if a studio thinks they can pass off one of their franchises to another and thinks it'll be successful, why not take the risk? That's what Sucker Punch is doing with Sly Cooper. They pass it off to Sanzaru Games.
And if it does come to success, you make it more money.
Exactly my
Let's just
point.
hope they don't fuck it up, because Resistance is a great series.
Yeah.
If they fuck it up, there's gonna be a lot of fucking
Pissed off
fans
gamers.
that are
It's gonna, the Resistance series, and if is either gonna live on or die with Nihilistic Entertainment and Resistance Burning Skies, I think.
Let's hope it doesn't happen.
Let's hope it doesn't die. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's about all it for me, guys. What about you?
Penis enlarger.
What?
That's it for me. That's it for me, 1984 Terminator. Just keep on gaming, guys, and have fun.
Yeah, definitely keep on gaming, and we're gonna have our new channel sometime up, but we'll be posted on Mega Shop. But Mega Shop will give you guys an update when we got our new channel up and running. Hopefully, be pretty soon.
Alright.
And we're gonna have some special guests for you guys, and keep your eyes out.
Alright, guys. Yep. I'm done here. Mega Shot Gamer. Just keep on gaming, guys. Tune in possibly Saturday or Sunday for a new episode of the We Three Gamers podcast. And yep, just keep on gaming, have fun.
Heart of cards.
Yeah, what he said.